Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan in the background there with a screenwriter's rant. You're still back there, right, Joan? Yeah. The screenwriter's rant on Crazy About You. It's an Australian movie, and it's very positive movie. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books, links in the description, all available at Amazon.com. We've got books, we've got an audio book. Got ebooks, and Kindle Unlimited is free if you already have Kindle Unlimited. So now, very positive. It's I guess you'd call it a romantic comedy. It doesn't say that specifically, but there are some amusing moments. This couple here is in love, or at least the man is in love with the woman, and he asks her on a scuba dive to see dolphins to marry him, and she says no and breaks up with him. And it's a disaster. He also loses his job, and his life is kind of falling apart. So he decides he's going to walk across Australia, I assume it's Australia, for charity. And John Cleese plays a rich guy who's going to give him some money. But Cleese tells him he has to do it naked. So he's not completely naked. It gives him a loincloth. So I guess, the movie isn't rated R or X. So he has to walk across Australia mostly naked and to raise money for charity. And along the way he meets this Aborigine guy who I guess becomes his friend, and he meets other people. And it's one of these sort of coming of age movies where he starts meeting people and, moving on with his life. And he meets another girl who he then falls in love with. He did this to win back his old girl, and now here he is falling in love with a different girl. And so eventually he becomes a bit of a celebrity, and then, of course, his old girlfriend wants him back because now, that's kind of a thing, right? It can be, you get dumped by your girl, and then something good happens to you, and then the girl's like, oh, maybe I made a mistake here. So, of course, there's a misunderstanding. He doesn't want her back. He wants the new girl, and then he has to start walking again, and all sorts of stuff happens to him. He gets bitten by a snake. He gets chased by dogs. This is the outback, so it ain't a walk in a park to walk across Australia. And this is his new girl here, and then he becomes a celebrity, and I assume he wins the girl in the end. So this is it's a very typical movie that would have been made in the 90s here in the United States. Now we can't have that anymore because we can't have nice positive things anymore. It has to all be about identity politics. This seems to be completely free of that, I'm happy to say. Written by Callan Durlick, directed by Alan Lindsay. So it looks like a nice little movie. It looks positive. It looks fun. It's not my kind of movie. The previous movie with the wrestlers and the zombies, that's my kind of movie. But, I wouldn't mind this movie. It's probably mildly amusing. Probably has mild, if I was going to see a romantic comedy, this would be my choice. This would be close to the top of the list because it looks harmless and positive. I can watch this movie and feel like, life is nice. Right? So the first act, it's going to be the setup where he's in love with this girl. He's going to ask her to marry him, and it all goes wrong. And then he loses his job, and his life's like, what am I going to do here? So then he comes up with this crazy scheme to walk across Australia to win his girl back in the second act. But John Cleese throws a wrench into the works. You got to do it naked. Okay. So he agrees to do it. And at first, it's terrible. It sucks. And next thing you know, he's meeting people. Things start to change. It's literally a hero's journey. And as he walks, he meets more people. He's his whole view on life gets expanded. Then he meets this new girl. And it's kind of like, well, why did I get so obsessed with the past kind of thing? So at the climax of the second act, of course, is he gets to the end of his walk. His old girl wants him back, and she comes to him and like hugs him, like, "Oh, I want you back." And then, of course, the new girl sees that at a distance, doesn't hear the dialogue, and goes, "Oh no, he's hugging his old girlfriend. He told me, yeah, he wouldn't go back to her. Oh, I'm running away." And then he has to find her, and then the third act, he finds her, and they get together, and he makes a big, show of whatever, and they end up getting married. The end. And I don't mind that because you could watch this and then walk away going, yeah, that's nice. That's a nice movie, nice people. There were some amusing moments here. I laughed. I had a nice positive story. I mean, this delivers on what it's promising. It's harmless. It's not going to win any Oscars, but you're going to walk away feeling good about yourself because it's a nice positive movie where nobody really gets hurt. Nobody really dies. It's all young people, falling in love, and you can walk away feeling positive about it. So I like that aspect of the movie. Saban Films, in association with Western Australia Regionals. Yeah, so it is Australia. Definitely Australia. So good. Do we have a date on this thing? No. I would assume this feels like a summer movie, but it's a little late to be releasing summer movies. Unless it goes direct to video, which it might, because it's a Saban film. They tend to go direct to, well, not video, but streaming. I would say this will probably be out before the end of the summer. Maybe a Christmas thing, because it is a nice positive thing, and then you could watch a movie in a tropical location in the wintertime, feel like, I feel a little warm. Anyhow, Crazy About You. Look for it. So 2 good movies today. I like it. And that's it for me and Little Joan. We'll see you tomorrow.